While you were working for Frank Costello, a truant officer caught you one day and you were forced to go and finish your school. So you enrolled at the Wilfred Academy. And while you were at the Wilfred Academy, you bumped into an actor named Marilyn Monroe.
Well, I actually didn't bump into it. It was funny because, as you said, one of my routes was Dempsey's Restaurant. And I just dropped off envelopes. I'm going to meet him at Toots Shor's, which was their daily stop. 4 o'clock, you go to Toots Shor's, Sinatra, Joe DiMaggio, and Jackie Gleason, because he was doing a Jackie Gleason show from the CBS studios. So everybody was there. And I was going there all the time. I was dropping off stuff at Toots Shor. And I came in with the ticket in my hand. And he said, how'd you get a ticket? Walking too fast? And like you, everybody started laughing. I didn't get it. So he got it. And he said, this is a truant officer's ticket. I said, yeah. He said, how old are you? I said, I'm 15 and a half. He said, how many years you working for me already? I said, about 3 years. He said, well, I'll straighten this out. Next day I see him, because I used to meet at 11 o'clock most mornings at the Waldorf. He'd do all his business and then go do what he had to do. So he said, I straightened you this out. Tomorrow, before you come and see me, go to Wilfred Academy. It's on top of Lindy's. Just sign in and leave. So I go there, 9 o'clock in the morning. The lady said, oh, just sign in. I sign in. I look over her shoulder. There's 20, 30 little girls, gorgeous 15, 16-year-old girls. So I used to hang there until I went to see him. He said, I hear you hanging at the school. I said, Frank, where am I going to find 30 girls? And I used to take them to the Coke because I could sit anywhere I want. But thank God I was doing that, because Mark Sinclair and Kenneth came in to get shampoo boys. And they were two fabulous. So I didn't know them. They were partners. I thought they were partners in the business. I didn't know they were partners. Man, I didn't know anything about that. So they picked me because I was already dressed to go to meet him. So now they were working on Lily Daché on 56th and Park. I used to pass that all the time. All the limousines, all the high society women getting dropped off. So the teacher tells me, if they pick you, it'll be like going to school. You go there, and the good news, you can make tips. I didn't care about the tips. I'd make more money than they did. But I get there, and the fourth head of hair was Marilyn Monroe. And it wasn't like we know salons here with the lines of sinks. There were actually rooms. These women had robes on, high class. And I walk in the room, and there's Marilyn Monroe. And I didn't even know how long I was staring at her. She finally said, is there someone in here? I said, yeah, I'm sorry, excuse me. And I go over there, and they taught me to run the water and test it on her wrist and all that. I'm doing all that. And I'm looking at Marilyn Monroe. People don't know. What I used to do when he went home, I used to go to the cathedral, St. Patrick's, and say my novena to St. Anthony's. Because when I was in the hospital, I made a novena. If I ever got out, I'll go to church every day. And I did. I was afraid not to. I thought I'd walk out and be crippled again. But then I'd leave there, because I didn't know where to go, maybe 11, 12 o'clock at night. New York Paramount was open 24 hours a day. So I went to see Some Like It Hot 10 times. By the time I saw her, and as I'm shampooing her hair, she's moaning, because she wanted a strong shampoo. So I'm rubbing her hair, and she's moaning, and I'm 15 and a half years old. I mean, I don't want to be crude, but picture a shampoo basin. My 3-piece set is on her shoulders. She's moaning, I'm getting an erection. And she starts recommending me, wants me, requesting me. And we became a friendship. And then Costello moved here for a year at the Waldorf, because he thought, she wanted to become a true actress. So she was studying with everybody, Lee Strasberg, and he put her in the Waldorf for years. Now, you can imagine me and her for a year. I was 16, she was 31, forget about it.
What was she like as a person? Because she was probably the most famous, one of the biggest sex symbols in Hollywood film industry. Was she happy about that tag? Did she want to change it? Was she happy with the success?
Why we hit it off, and it was a Saturday afternoon, I can remember it. I went up to see her because he went deep sea fishing with Tony Accardo in Chicago. He used to do that. So I went up there, and she just ordered room service. I knocked on the door, and she said, Johnny, what are you doing here? I said, well, Mr. C told me to check in on you. She said, come on in. I just ordered room service. She had all these carts with food on them. I've never been in a hotel room. So she said, come in, sit down. I said, I can't. I have to go downstairs. No, come in. She takes me by the hand. She got a robe on. She says, have some breakfast. I said, I had breakfast a while ago. She said, have a glass of champagne. I said, I can't have champagne. I'm only 16. She said, you can have anything you want in this room. She gave me a glass of champagne. I'm saying to myself, I'm going to die here today. You know, I got a funny feeling. So I had 1 glass, 2 glasses. I'm getting umbriago because I don't drink, you know. So she takes me by the hand. She said, I'm going to take a bath. I said, I'll go downstairs. Just call the front desk. They all know me. Tell me you want the kid, and I'll come right up. No, come with me. She goes in the bathroom, takes me with her, turns on the bathtub water, and she sits at the vanity. She says, brush out my hair like you do in the salon. You know, after I shampoo, I did. It's okay, no problem. I'm doing that. Tub fills up. She goes up and shuts it. She says, get in the tub with me. I said, what? And she drops her robe. I'm looking at Marilyn Monroe. I'm saying to myself, this was a Saturday afternoon. To be a gentleman, I got in the tub Saturday afternoon. I left Monday morning. But what we found out that weekend, when she was 12, she was put in an orphanage.
Yeah.
So the parallels of me being 12, her being there. And basically, she was so naive, and all she thought she could offer you as a repayment of anything was herself. And everybody, including Sinatra, Tony Curtis, they all took advantage of her. They all had their way with her. And I was so pissed at Sinatra one night. I said, I can't believe you were her friend. She told me, oh, man, you okay? I said, Tony, don't say nothing else. Because he knew I was mad. She was looking for a friend. I was truly her friend. I could feel what she felt because I had that same thing. But, you know, I had to prove myself, but not like she did. And that's why Costello noticed that. And he put in this school, and the secret was, and he found out, that's how smart he was, reading her contract, she had to stay at a certain weight. So she started getting heavy to break the contract. But she was pregnant, and nobody knew it. The only person who knew it was Strasberg's daughter. I didn't even know it. I found out years later that I have a daughter with her who's now 63 years old. But I didn't find out till much later. But she went there, and Strasberg's daughter made everybody think it was her daughter. That's why nobody knew about it. And Costello took care of all this time, which was amazing. And he gave her and I a brownstone not too far from here. And I released my ownership to her, the daughter. And she's living happily ever after up in Westchester.